Crap, what did I press?
Hello YouTube, this is Michael Jr. 91. Here at like 1 in the morning doing a story mode Wednesday for you guys. I've been on Cortes for the past couple of days in my unit. I've just got all 4 of my teeth pulled, so if you can't understand me that well, I apologize for that. But I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed, but I'm not gonna let that stop me from giving you guys another story mode Wednesday. Here I'm playing Titanfall. The story mode to it was basically just online, just with people talking in the background, and whether you win or lose, the game still proceeds as however it wants. But before I start off this segment, I just want everybody. This one's gonna be about my love life, but I'm just gonna start off by saying I have a thing for like Hispanic and Asian women, and not just like just to be more specific, like ones that are like bilingual, like the ones that are from like Korea, Japan, Mexico, Puerto Rico, and stuff like that. They're not Americanized. I have a Chinese friend. His name's Nick, and he calls them the fresh off the boat ones. So I guess those are the type of the females that I guess you could say I like. But just like I said, I like Asian and Hispanic women, like girls like Nicole Young and Victoria Songs, those really pretty ones. So this story I'm about to give you guys about my love life and about what happened at this Chinese restaurant. So I try to pick up this girl at this Chinese restaurant. This is 2 stories rolled into one. The first story is I go to the Chinese restaurant with my sergeant, another soldier, and this girl and her daughter. So we're all at the Chinese restaurant, and we see this. I see this one girl, and my sergeant's like, "Hey, Cortes, she's pretty cute. You should go talk to her and everything like that." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good, sergeant." And she was her waiter, but I was like, "Nah, I'm good, sergeant." Well, I ended up talking to her towards the end. Towards the end, she gave us fortune cookies. And I was like, all right, I know how I'm gonna talk to her. I'm just gonna break it down with the fortune cookies. Do something real cheap but real easy. So gives us her fortune cookies. I open mine up and I call her over. I'm like, hey, excuse me, can you explain to me how this and this works? Like, how do you say this and how do you say this? And she says, oh, this is how you say it, this is what it means and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank you, ma'am. So she goes back to work, and yeah, that right there was weird as f. But she goes back to work. So I'm just like, man, like this isn't working out. So I take the other soldier's his fortune cookie, and I call her over again, and I start talking to her and stuff like that about the fortune and everything. And she explains the fortune, and then I'm like, well, do you have like a pen on you or anything like that? And she gives me a pen, and I was like, cause, I'm having trouble with what these symbols mean right here, the symbols over the vowels. And basically, she starts writing out on a piece of paper what all the symbols mean and everything like that. She basically said no matter what symbols over them, they all mean the same thing. So I'm like, oh, okay. So as that happens and everything like that, she gets called in the back. She gets called in the back for some odd reason. At first, we thought it was for some odd reason. Her, all the waitresses, and the lady in the front, which we didn't realize it was her mom until later on, call her all to this other side of the room, and they're talking to her about something. And my sergeant's friend, she was like, oh, she should probably get disciplined for talking to you. And I'm like, oh yeah, probably, but we were just making a joke. Well, it turns out that she was no longer allowed to serve our table. They had 2 other waitresses come over and serve our table, and they made her clean the ice cream and soda machine for like the next like hour and a half we were there. Yeah, I mean, she gave us our fortune cookies, and we were still there for an extra hour and a half. But my sergeant's like, Cortez, I'm real proud of you. You actually went to talk to her and everything like that. I'm like, Sergeant, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna keep going. He's like, all right. So I waited for about 10 minutes. And this girl, I finally see this girl, and I call her over because she's not working near us. She's working at the soda machine, like I said. She wasn't allowed to come over, so I call her over, and this is when I just like full on just start talking to her. Like, I don't even ask her about a fortune cookie or anything. I'm just like, hey, what's up? How's your day going? where was she born at and stuff, and like she was just explaining to me where was she born at and everything, and I was like, oh, why'd you come to America? And, she explains why she came to America and everything like that, immigrated over and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, so we're just sitting there talking, and like I'm sitting there talking to her for like a good 5 minutes, and while this is going on and like the conversation is done, my battle buddy, the other soldier's like, bro, you just got the dirtiest look from the lady in the front and a couple of other waitresses. And I'm like, oh snap. So we started getting dirty looks just throughout the night and everything like that. My sergeant's like, yo, we getting dirty looks, that's right. And I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. This is a little tense right now. Things are getting a little tense, heated up. He's like, yeah, I know what you mean. So, but we're still there for an extra 30 minutes. We're getting evil looks. My sergeant's like, all right, I think it's time for us to go. And I was like, wait, hold on, Sergeant. Before we go, I just want to do one thing. And he's like, what? And I was like, I want to tell her she's pretty. And he's like, all right. So I waited for like another 20 minutes because she wasn't allowed to serve our table. They made her serve. They made her clean the other stuff and. Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted. And they made her clean the other stuff while I let two other waitresses serve us. So I wait. She finally gets close, and I'm like, hey, excuse me, I need to tell you something. She's like, oh yeah. And when she comes over, she has like this big smile on her face, like she's blushing and everything like that, which is really hard to get these ladies to smile because I don't know why I'm not really into the culture that much, but it's really hard to get these waitresses and stuff to man, I just got jump kicked. But it's really hard to get them to laugh and smile and communicate with you. So when I call her over, she's smiling, she's blushing, and I'm like, hey, I have something to tell you. And she's like, oh, what? And I was like, I'm being really serious. I'm not joking around. I was like, you're very beautiful. I find you attractive. And she didn't understand what I meant. And I was like, oh, you're very, very beautiful, very pretty. And she had the biggest smile, and she was blushing so bad on her face. And so I did it, and my sergeant's like, hey, Cortes, you should hand her your tip with your number in it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, Sergeant, which I should have listened to him. Because what happens 2 weeks later gets crazy. But I should have listened to him, and I was like, nah, Sergeant, I just wanted her to feel good about herself. So we all get up from the table. We say our byes and everything like that. All the other waitresses are like, bye, have a good night. My sergeant's like, bye, thanks for giving us evil looks, just out loud in the restaurant, not caring about anything. Like, there's only a select places we could take my sergeant at, because we like to say he's not house trained, because he really doesn't care. But I look at this girl, she looks at me, and she looking at me with this big smile and blushing all over her face. She tells me bye and have a good night, just strictly looking at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, went good, and everybody's like, good jobs, Cortes, congratulations, I didn't think you had it in you. And they're like, you should have asked for her number though, and I was like, nah, I wasn't gonna do all that. Well, 2 weeks later, I decided to go back to this Chinese restaurant. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet place. And the original plan was to go with my buddy, one of my soldiers. His wife's Japanese and he's black, so the plan was to go with them. And they were gonna be kind of like a third wheel, and I was gonna kind of be like a third wheel too. It was just I don't know, for some reason in my head, I just thought maybe if I show up with this Japanese girl and this black guy, Asian girl and this black guy, and they see that she's all lovey-dovey and kiss with him and everything like that, they'll be like, oh, okay, maybe it's not so bad letting our daughter date black people, even though I'm light. I don't know if it matter or anything, because my skin tone is lighter than his. I'm light skinned, I guess you would say. But that was the original plan. Well, it didn't work out like that. I decided to bring my two Asian friends, my two Filipino friends, which there's this one guy. His name's Vince. He's probably my best friend in my unit, but he really doesn't talk to any girls. And I have another buddy named Zulu. This guy's cocky as F, but I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. Well, what happened is bring Avila and Zulu, and let me mind you that Avila has this. It was like a crush. It's like a crush / stalking this girl named Tiffany from SNSD. If you go in his room in the barracks It's just her posters everywhere, books everywhere, stickers all over the what is it called? All over his laptop and stuff like that. Like it's a little creepy, but hey. So I take those to the Chinese restaurant, 2 weeks later, just to see if she remembers me. And before we walk in, I tell Avril and Zulu, I'm like, hey, if I start getting evil looks, I'm just gonna, head out, and I'm just gonna go head out, and I'm not gonna eat here. And they're like, all right, cool, I'll do that. So I walk in, and I look around, and the first person I see when I walk in is that girl that I was talking to that night. But I quickly turned my head because I don't want to acknowledge her, because I don't want to come off as a creep or anything like that. So I'm just like, okay, maybe if I just not look at her or anything, she won't think I'm creepy or stalking her or anything like that. So I look the other way, and I'm looking around the restaurant because she looks right at me, and I'm looking around the restaurant, and I see that there's no other waitresses from that night there. So I'm just like, okay, this could be very easy. This could be very easy. So we start walking. We go to our table, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this one waitress there from that night, that previous night 2 weeks ago, and I'm just like, oh snap. So this girl I was talking to, the pretty girl, she was working, way across the restaurant from us, on the other side. And I had another girl, serving us and stuff. So I'm sitting there, and I tell Avril and Zulu which one I was talking to, and that I kind of have a crush on. And they look at her, and they're like, "Oh yeah, she's cute, she's very pretty and stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Man, I just don't know how to talk to her, but approach her, ask her out." So I'm just waiting for a while, and I see her walking near us to do something. I call her over and stuff again, and I start talking to her, and I'm like, hey, do you remember me from the other night? And she's like, oh yeah, you said I was very pretty and stuff like that. She remembered me. She remembered the table I was sitting in, what I was wearing and everything like that. And I was like, oh, okay. And so we just start talking and stuff. I just ask her about how her day is, how old she is and stuff like that, just talking to her and everything like that, for a good 5-7 minutes. And after we're done talking, she's like, oh, okay, well, I have to get back to work with a smile on her face and everything like that. And I'm just like, all right, she remembers me. She's got a smile on her face. This is going really well. And I was like, it's going really well, but I don't know how to ask her out. So this is where things start getting really bad. So my idea to ask her out was to get some advice from the other waitresses that worked there, which there was already one that remembered me from the other night that gave us evil looks. Gave my party an evil look. And so I'm just sitting there, and I'm just like, I'm going to have to do it, even though she was giving us evil looks, I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to get some advice from her. So I call one of the waitresses over, and I'm just like, hey, I kind of like one of your waitresses here. One of your waitresses, I have a really big crush on her, but I don't know how to ask her out. And you would not believe what this girl told me. I was like, I need some advice. I don't know what to do. And she goes, oh, you should learn Chinese. And I'm like, and in the back of my head, I'm just like, I'm not going to learn Chinese unless it turns to a serious relationship and stuff like that. Then I'll start learning Chinese. But I'm just like, oh yeah, learn Chinese, don't help. And she's like, no. And I'm like, then why the F did you tell me to learn Chinese if it's not going to help? And then she just walks off and everything like that. I'm like, all right, that was some big help right there. So another waitress comes up, and another waitress walks by, and I call her over, explain the situation and stuff like that, and she just looks at me, and she goes to the lady that's working in the front that that cashes you out and stuff like that and directs you to your seat. She talks to the lady in the front, and they both just sit there and they stare at me, and I'm just like, oh, beep, this is not going well. They just stare at me, and then they just start laughing, and then she just starts working in the front, just mean mugging me. I'm guessing cracking jokes on me or something. I was probably saying something racist in Mandarin Chinese. I don't know if she was or not, but she was. They were laughing at me. They were laughing at me, looking at me evil. So I'm just like, oh man, this is not going well. Well, out of nowhere, this one waitress, the one waitress I was talking to, the pretty waitress, comes from the other side of the restaurant to our table just for some odd reason, and she starts serving us at our table, and I'm just like, okay, this is weird. Either they're setting me up for failure, or this could be my opportunity right here. And my buddy Avila and Vince, they're like, you should go balls out right now. Just go straight up balls out right now. I'm like, you know what, you guys, you're right. Even though they don't got a girlfriend and they don't talk to girls. And I'm just like, you know what, you guys are right. I'm just gonna go balls out. So she's serving us at her table. And I'm just like, hey, I have a question to ask. I was like, are you allowed to go out like on dates and stuff like that? Like go out on dates or go out dinner and a movie. She didn't understand what I meant. And I was like, I'd like to take you out to a dinner and a movie. Are you allowed to go out? And she had a smile on her face. She had a big smile on her face and she was blushing. But she didn't give me an answer. She just kind of just walked off. And I'm just like, okay, like that was weird. And so I'm just sitting there and I see all the waitresses and even the lady in the front, the mom, go all in the back away from where everybody is and they're talking to her. And like 2-3 minutes later, she comes back with like this sad, depressing look on her face. And she's like, they said I can't go out. Like her family didn't want her to go out with me and everything like that. And and this is like where I just started where I just lost it. I was like, oh, really? So they don't want you to go out with me? You know why? Because I'm black and stuff? And then like being myself, I'm like, well, since they don't want you to go out with me, I'm going to start throwing the table across. I'm going to throw this table across, across the restaurant. I'm going to start peeing everywhere and taking a dump everywhere and stuff like that. Like I just started acting the fool and just saying all types of crazy stuff. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys that one of the waitresses that were there that night that was mean mugging me and that was giving me an evil look, I looked right. She looked at me that one day. Today, I mean not today. That day I asked her out. She looked at me. She gave me this evil look, and I turned my head and I gave her this evil glare back, which probably did not help my case on, hey, you could go out with this guy, because I just gave her like sister or her friend or her cousin or something like that an evil look. So I'm just like, oh, well, you know what? F that. Since they want to be like that and everything like that, F them, F this place and stuff like that. This is the last time I'm going to be at this place and everything like that. And I just got up and I left without a tip. Like, nobody left a tip at this table. And I'm just like, F you. And then they all had the nerve to sit there and be like, bye, with a smile on my face and tell me have a good night and everything like that. And I'm like, man, F you guys. So we get in the car. And I'm just like, man, I kind of feel depressed and everything like that, but I kind of feel bad, because I didn't leave a tip. But it's just like, man, she was really pretty and she wanted to go out, but they said that she couldn't go out. And so my buddies thought it'd be funny to like go on YouTube and look up like love songs in like Mandarin Chinese or like with Chinese people singing it and stuff like that, and play it for like the next like 15 minutes in the car while I'm just sitting there just mad as F at them and everything like that. And I'm just like, okay, I got you guys. I got you guys. Don't worry. So there's my story for today, YouTube. I know it's a little long. I'll let you guys watching the rest of this story mode, the story gameplay, whatever you guys want to call it. The only thing I would say is a couple of things about TitanFall is when I first initially gave this review on TitanFall, I was like, this game's really good and stuff like that. It's like a mixture of Halo and Call of Duty. But the more I play it, and I'm just like, man, this has like Call of Duty written all over it. It feels too much like Call of Duty, and it's too easy. Now this game right here, I'm gonna go like 4 and 5, but like the last, like, I don't know, just out of nowhere, I just step my game up and I go like 9 and 5, like towards the end, like I just go straight up crazy. But what was I saying? Yeah, but this game right here, I mean, it's just like Call of Duty with parkour. So my initial review when I first started playing a couple of games, I would have gave this game like a 9 out of 10. But this game reminds me too much of Call of Duty. It has too much of that Call of Duty feel to it. It's not really team-based. As you can tell from these two gameplays, I really don't play with my Titan or anything like that. So, or any like type of like perks or burn cards. I mean, it's like this game is like literally that easy. But now since I'm getting into the game and stuff like that, I would probably give this game like a 7 out of 10, not a 9 out of 10. I take that back and I apologize for that, YouTube, because I was one of those people that amped it up and built it up when I got this game and stuff, and told you guys how good it was and showed you guys some gameplay and stuff like that. And it's just, this game isn't as good as it was put out to be. It plays too much like Call of Duty. But let's see what else. I apologize for the intros and outros. I know I used to make the intros and outros, but I switched my computer. I got a couple of new programs and stuff like that. And crazy thing is, I got this computer with its Windows 7, and when I upgraded it to Windows 8, it just broke. Something happened. Something broke. Like I didn't even have desktop anymore. Like it all had to be done at like the little tablet thing. Like it was that bad. Like I have no idea what happened. So I'll get back into the intros and outros. I just gotta get my computer fixed because I don't know, some crazy stuff started to happen. But I appreciate it if you guys like, subscribe, comment, share this. I got another story for you guys next week. I'm gonna do another love story because something stupid happened like a week and a half ago at this Vietnamese place. My idiotic self did something stupid at this Vietnamese place, and I try to pick up Vietnamese chicks. So look forward to that next week. This will probably be next week will probably be like, I would say like that'll be my second. I would have not second. I'll probably have like 2 or 3 more story mode Wednesdays after next Wednesday because I'm getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan. So don't forget about me when I'm in Afghanistan for X amount of time and stuff like that. YouTube, make sure you guys are still watching my videos and subscribing and stuff like that. You guys, peace. Have a blessed day. Bye.
My back and like guys that are trying to attack me.
Titan online. Ready.
Oh yeah, I see you.
How do you hop on someone's back? How do you hop on a Titan's back?
You can just like jump on like.
Hey, let's stick together.
Yeah, this is me. Oh,
right.
Someone has grenades. Okay, come on.
Dude, we freaking just owned that guy.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, let's
dude.
go.
Nice teamwork. Oh, there's a guy over here.
Intercepted another fragment.
Where?
Voice only.
Oh yeah, I see him.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
I had to eject.
A lot of guys.
Find out where
Oh
it's
gosh, I
coming
might
from.
have to soon. Oh!
Ooh, this guy got me.
Yeah.
How do I only have 1 pilot kill? Oh, minion kills.
Oh, I was about to jump on a Titan, but I couldn't.
Shut down.
No!
Impressive streak.
There'll be minions on Titans.
Format. I will require more
I don't
time
think
to
so.
triangulate his position. Very well. Let's turn
Because
that colony
NPCs,
upside
they
down
can't
again.
get inside
Here's
Titans.
this guy. His name is James McCallan, former IMC commander. He's wanted for mutiny.
Can
Find
someone steal your Titan?
No. But someone can grab you out of your Titan and throw you. Then your Titan gets destroyed.
all IMC units. Battle projections are looking grim. There's not much time left to turn it around.
How do you do that?
I haven't found out yet.
Is there a game mode where you can't use a Titan? It's just like
No.
pilot on pilot.
Whoa! I just exploded a Titan! That was awesome!
That should cool them off.
Yo!
What?
Change C97!
We've lost this battle, pilot. Fall back to the evac point.
Sorry,
So the
someone was
terrorists
asking
out
me
there, we'll find them
something.
soon enough.
No! Someone just punched me.
Get to the dropship,
Right there,
what we
my
gotta
friend.
do?
I have the enemy transmission. That's
You see that arriving place right there? You had to go there, but don't go like right away. Because a lot of people are there, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure a lot of people are there.
Dang it, someone got me.
Open a channel.
Oh yes, I'm here. I'm here. I might escape.
Channel open, Vice Admiral.
You can escape.
Oh my gosh!
Say God.
What? No! No! You're not!
Oh! You just kicked that. Oh!
You saw that?
Kicked that guy. I was like, oh my gosh!
I'm awake now.
It's crazy.
You can kick people, it's really awesome. You're just like, it's a scratcher!
That guy stayed behind.
Did you watch Endless Page 41?
Oh, that guy just got ripped out of his Titan.
Yeah, you saw
Look
that.
at
That was cool.
14 kills, man.